Hello, I'm Jason English, founder of Jason English Law Firm. I'm an Austin attorney. More importantly, I'm a former prosecutor who represents good people who are facing criminal and drunk driving charges. One of the questions that I often get after people find out that there's a warrant for them or that a family member or loved one has been arrested are questions about bail. And so I wanted to talk to you today, tell you a little bit about the basics of bail. Bail is simply the conditions of which you could get released from custody for charges. And the way that you do that is by posting a bond. And there are various types of bonds available. One's going to be a cash bond, where if the bail is $10,000, then you'd have to post a $10,000 cash bond, and then when the case is over with, you would get that money back. And there might be some fees that the county may charge or something like that. Another type of bond is going to be a surety bond, which you hire a bondsman or a company that's in the business, and they were going to charge you. Typically what they charge my clients are about a 10% fee, and that's just a cost of doing business that they pass on and how they make their money, and then they sign on as collateral to make sure that you appear. Because keep in mind, bond is mainly just a guarantee that someone shows back up for their court date. It's not supposed to be an instrument of oppression or anything like that. The last type of bond that I want to talk about is the PR bond, or the personal recognizance bond, and it's pretty much just a signature, a promise to appear, and it's going to be reserved for people that have pretty strong ties to the community and that there's really not a risk that they're not going to show up. One thing that people ask about and wonder about is, how are bond amounts set? And the things that are going to be taken into consideration are going to be the seriousness of the offense, whether they're going to be danger to the community or the victims, person's criminal history, whether they have a lot of cases in the past or not. And then, one thing that also will be taken into consideration is if they've shown up for previous cases, if they do have a criminal history. Additional things that would be considered as good ties to the community, what kind of person they are. But again, the most of the indicators are going to be split on setting bond amounts by basically the type of offense that it is. Is it a serious felony offense, or is it a misdemeanor offense? And then who is the person that's accused? What's their criminal history? Do they have an extensive criminal history, or is this more of a first-time offender? And you can see that when you consider the sliding scale, that's how the bond amounts are going to be set. It's going to be some direction or guidance on how the judges are going to do it. Since you're on our page and looking at this, it's likely that either you, a family member, or close personal friends in a pretty tough situation. And know that as a criminal defense firm, we handle all types of cases. And as a former prosecutor, I've handled all types of cases, from murder to drug cases to assault cases, robberies, drunk driving, you name it. And just know that we can help. And if today's the day that you're ready to take a step forward and come up with a plan for your success, then reach out to our firm or call the number.